Junior, this little boy character, I believe Phil and I tried, to do, because actually with every character in the first show, we tried out a voice for it. And, a little boy voice just wasn't working with either one of us.
In creating this childlike character, which was so important to the series, have a character through which the kids could learn, they had both of them auditioned for this character and just, no, you can't do it, I'm going to do it. And then they'd get in the booth and it just was not working. And I kept saying, hey guys, I've got this little voice that I think might work. I kind of did it when I wanted money from my mom. and let me give it a try. And Phil just went white and said, no way, there's no way I will put myself in a position to have to fire my wife.
This is just a recipe for disaster, marital disaster here. So I didn't even want to listen. I did not want her to audition at all, because that just seemed fraught with peril.
And so I told him, I can handle it. I'm a big girl. I want what's best for the series. And if it works, it works. And if it only works for a year and we find someone better, fine. Just let me help. Let me give it a try. And at that time, we were in a storefront on the side of a road. And it was just, maybe 300 square feet. It was so small. And the only thing we could potentially use as a recording studio was the cinder block cellar that was in the basement, but it was in the back of the store, and it was literally just cinder blocks. And I don't even remember how we patched it up, but we got a door in there, and I'm a little concerned that there was oxygen present. It was so airtight. And we get in there, and so I finally convinced them to let me audition for this character. And I sang, God is bigger than the boogeyman.
And I was like, that's actually pretty good. That could be something.
And of course you can't hear anything back and forth in the cinder block cellar, so I did my best and came out, and they were both like, that's great. I think we found our Junior. And so I've had the job ever since.
Well, so if I had to do a little boy voice, in Ballad of Little Joe, Junior says,
he was my favorite brother, and I barely even knew him.
No, it doesn't work.
I did not do a very good Junior because he had to be likable. And my little kid characters, whether they're passable or not is a subjective call, but they're not that likable. So I do Percy P.
Hi, my name's Percy.
But that did not make a very appealing Junior.
I love you, little mister.
I love you, big mister.
I'll see you in the morning.
All right.
A long time ago, there's a person named Daniel. King Darius, this king of this country, I don't know what country, but Daniel was praying to God, and these two people said that he couldn't pray to God. The mean guys. They made a law because they knew Daniel prayed to God, and that wasn't very fair because then you couldn't talk to God in your own special way. But Daniel didn't do that. But God saw them and praying to the Lord.
Punishment was that you had to go into the lion's den.
So they threw him into the lion's den.
A lion's den is like a cave full of lions.
And if you put your finger in there, they'll bite you. And they had this most furious lion. Whoa! God sent an angel, and the angel shut them off. With a level ban. Do not eat that guy. Do not eat Daniel. And he can't open his mouth for like 5 days. It was like the mouth glued down until Daniel got out.
And then the king was very sad because he liked Daniel. And so he stayed up all night.
And the next day,
there's always like the next day. And so the next day,
they took off the rock.
And they
saw him sleeping with the lion. And they thought he was dead.
But then he woke up. And so,
he rolled away the stone.
He did not get eaten by the lions. Thank you for not eating me. And then there was a new law, and he said, now we will all worship Daniel's God.
Larry, of course, is Mike. I think it was partly crafted through me trying to create a very carefree character, and also Mike then supplying the voice, and also my knowledge of Mike's personality behind his voice, because I wrote most of the original Larry lines that kind of sculpted his personality, but if I didn't know Mike, I don't think I would have written them quite the way they were. But I can't write a character that I can't, at least in some point, mimic the voice. Because I have a hard time writing if I can't read it kind of in that character. So I do have my own Larry that I have to pull out whenever it's time, to read the script.
So my Larry is kind of like this, and he sounds a little bit like Mike's Larry, but not a whole lot, but just enough for me to be able to read a script and say, gee, Bob, what are we going to do?